Wait a minute. No.
Hey, what? Say what? Say the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all know what time it is. It is Wind Down Wednesday. And y'all know who I am. I am Sandy. I'm sitting here with my girl.
Hey, I'm working on some. It's Shanice. Y'all know what time it is. It's Wind Down Wednesday. I'm working on some technical stuff, so give me a second.
Give her a second. But in the meantime, between time, y'all know what we do. You know how we do it. We here to chat with you. We here to talk it up. We had to keep that thing going. We didn't want to see you on the thing, brother. But you know, I love you too anyway. You know, I love you the most. The most sis. Love my brother from another, not necessarily another mother, but from another. But anyway, people, y'all know what time it is. It's Wind Down Wednesday. We're here to talk to you about whatever it is we feel we want to talk about. How about that? At the end of the day, it's really not about us. It's about you all. It's about us bringing something to you just to keep you informed, to keep you thoughts in your brain about, oh my God, you know what? I didn't think about that, but that could be possible. So anyway, it's Wind Down Wednesday, and I'm Sandy. And you know, my girl is working on some things because you know they are out and about. You know,
We
you
out
might
and
see
about.
her face
Yeah,
is a little. You know, we can't even see your faces. We just can't. Now we can. You know what I'm saying? Now we can see that beautiful face of yours. So in the meantime, between time, how was your week, or how has your week been flowing?
it's been cool. As you can see, I'm outside. I'm in a car. I'm on quote unquote location. Get be. It's been going great. It's been moving fast, so I can't complain. It's a little rainy today. It's a little gloomy. Feeling a little sleepy. It's cold. So yeah, just trying to adjust. That's all.
And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, you just said it. The weather, my goodness, what happened to summer? You know, I guess
Woo!
it's officially over. I'm
Yep.
reckoning it's
And
officially over.
we both rocking the hoodies. I see. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
gotta rock the hood, gotta stay warm, you know,
Gotta
because I
stay
think I
for
think the
sure.
temperature today was like 55, wasn't even 60 degrees, you know, and the wind blowing a little bit, and the rain is cold. Do you hear me? Cold.
Woo! Listen,
Well, let me not say cold. It's not the norm for this time of year.
it's cold. I'ma say it. It's cold. It ain't cool. It ain't breezy. It is cold. It went from 90 to 2 degrees.
It feels like
Basically.
it feels like it.
Yes.
Next week we'll
Yes.
be back up in the 90s. You know, I was just telling the lady at the cleaners the same thing. I said, you know, this weather, it's, you know, fall is here, but I
It's
guess
a
next
shock.
week it's a total shock. Total shock. But next week we'll be in the 90s. You know, we'll be back out in shorts again. Everybody packing up their summer clothes. But I'm gonna tell you, don't pack them up too quick. Don't pack them up
Don't do
too
it.
quick because you
This
might
that this
need them
that,
shorts.
this that sweater coat in the morning, midday, short sleeves in the evening, a snowsuit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know, I was even walking yesterday, had the hoodie on my head, you know, doing my exercise, trying to, you know, walk this little kink out of my back out. You know, I got to stay active. I can't just sit around. I just sit around too much. I might gain too much weight, and I ain't trying to do that. But I had my little hoodie on walking. I was like, shoot, it's a little chilly out here. Even
Yeah.
yesterday, you know, late evening, it was a little chilly. So, you know, we just got to stay covered up and bundled up and make sure that we don't you know, get sick, because you know every time somebody gets sick, you know, you go to the doctor. Oh, it's corona. You
Lord,
got corona. You got corona, and
Lord.
that ain't even the case. You know,
It's not.
because
It's
it's
allergy. It's allergy season.
yes,
Folks, allergies is acting up right now. I'm sneezing, and I done took my Claritin. So everything is not COVID, people.
no,
Everything's
it's
not
not.
the COVID. It's not cousin COVIDs.
It's
Okay.
not.
So how your
It's
week
not.
been?
It's not the family. It's not the COVID family. It's not C-19. It's, you know, it's none of that. You know, it's just, I was just telling a friend that the other day. She sounded horrible. I was like, girl, you probably got allergies. You need to make sure you treat it accordingly. And in a couple of days, you're probably gonna be cleared up. But you know, Courtney
Yeah.
got bad. You know, my daughter got bad allergies, you know, and she was stuffed all up and, you know, coughing a little
Nasal
bit.
drip, nasal drip,
Yeah,
your
we got the
passages blocked.
nasal. Yep, we got all of that, you know, and treated it accordingly. A couple of days, it was gone, you know. So that's all you got to do. Everything ain't COVID.
It's not.
But I'm glad to hear that some of my friends are getting the vaccination now that it has been approved by CDC. I'm still glad to hear that. But and then there are some that still make their choice of not doing it, and that's all right too. It's on them. Don't knock them. I ain't gonna knock them, but I do find it that it's a lot of kids. Here we go again. A lot of kids now that are being diagnosed with COVID, and I'm like, is it the common cold or allergies, like we said, or is it really COVID?
Right.
I think they want the numbers to be COVID.
Right. Hey, so how your week besides the
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something since last week. It's been wonderful. It's been great. My friend had this big old huge backyard party where everybody, they seemed like everybody, their mama was there, made me miss nostalgia night. You know, come and hang out with y'all because I know it was off the charts. I know it was off the charts.
Yes, it was a sexy vibe in there.
That's what I'm talking about. Grown and sexy.
Sure.
But I'm hanging out in the backyard. As the song go, it's a backyard party. It was a backyard party until 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I was tired. I was worn out because I had to help her a little bit get stuff together and get stuff going. But other than that, my week has been phenomenal, been wonderful. I'm sitting here, my brain is twirling about what's next and what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So, got to write all these ideas down when they come to my brain. Because I'm getting old. But other than that, life is good. God is good. It's all good. Family good. I'm good. It's a lot of September birthdays. Let me say that.
Man, yes, it is.
A bunch of September birthdays.
Virgo season has been in full effect for a while.
I have been at somebody's birthday outing, somebody's birthday dinner, somebody's birthday event all month long. It has not been one dull moment in September. I was like, a lot of people was having babies in December. A lot of people got pregnant in December. My daughter's birthday was Monday. She turned 28. So happy birthday to my child. And I with her. She celebrated with her friends, which is, life is good. It's good. My week is wonderful. My life is good. It's really good right now. No complaints. No complaints. No complaints at all.
It wouldn't make a difference now, would it?
It wouldn't. It would not. So at the end of the day, this all I'm trying to do is continue to smile. It's good for people to put a smile on your face. When you can keep your own smile on your face, that means a lot. That means a lot. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So tell me, what do you think about this young lady that was kidnapped by her boy? Well, let me not say kidnapped. She was drugged. No, let me not say drugged. She volunteered. Let's go right there. Let's start it out right first, because you know how we do it. We try to keep it 100. She started out on a journey with her boyfriend.
Right.
And after that, I'm trying to figure out what went wrong and how did it go wrong. I guess everybody is trying to figure that out. And obviously, from the way they sound, she was what, 22, 23 or something? She was young.
Like 20. I think he was like 23 or 24.
She was young. And to my understanding, she used to live with the parents. I mean, there you go. Terrible 2 dog. He's 2 years old and he's in his terrible 2 stages. He hear noise, he want to bark. So the question is, they said she stayed with the parents, his parents, I guess, for a little while. She lived with them. So I'm sure somebody saw an attitude change or personality change, his character change, but where, and I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're with somebody long enough, you can see that their attitude, their character, whatever. I mean, I'm just totally confused. I'm at a like a, I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
It is. It's a lot that don't add up. Obviously, if they was together, they could return back together. So that's fishy, Um, but I just feel like the police could have probably did a little bit more. But the 911 operator, she had a big part in that call, some information that was missing. That she either didn't report or however that went. The ball was dropped, basically. The ball was dropped.
Right.
So, which could be the cause of why she lost her life. But they say they separated them, but I mean clearly they couldn't have, because I guess the couple who stopped them or whatever didn't know that he had his hands on her. So it just was a lot of information that was in that could have kept her alive. It's just sad.
It is sad, and then now he's missing. My thing is, I think too that the police department didn't do what they should have done when he was at home, when he was with them, out and about, where he.
Yep.
They
even
let
the parents,
the house.
even the parents, yeah, even the parents, they didn't do what they should have. His parents, they clearly are hiding or condoning something, because if she been staying there,
what is sound like? Yeah, sis, you freezing. You freezing, sis. She freezing. I can hear you. I mean, I can see you. You freezing. You done froze up on me. But I think it's a sad situation, period. I think the whole thing is sad. I think it's frustrating to me, because I do feel like the police dropped the ball. They didn't do what they should have done. They didn't investigate it as much as they should have. My thing is, when the police found them on the side of the road having problems and issues, what I feel they should have done was call her parents immediately. Ask for the phone number, and call their parents, call her mom and daddy, and see what's going on. Let them figure out what is happening, see if they want to come get their child, discuss it, and the beat goes on. That's what I feel that the police should have done. Anytime you got a domestic situation, you just don't let nobody get back in the car or go back in the house without trying to do something about it, especially if you are seeing physical
you see signs of you see negative signs.
If you're seeing some physical injuries, if she got red marks or scratches on her, it's like, at what, I mean, I see this, why don't you see it?
Even in her
even in her what? Because I didn't hear you. They riding on the road. They out in these streets and riding out in these streets, keeping her from coming through clearly. But they really should not have let her get back in that car, and they should have called her parents, and they should have told them what was going on, and then just took her home, or took her somewhere safe and just separated them. But now the poor child is dead and gone. She ain't here no more. And I'm almost positive that there will be some lawsuits that will be taking place.
Sure.
And rightfully so. So it's very, very difficult to me, it's just really hard, and it's sad, because when things could have happened, when police could have made a difference in that baby's life, they didn't. When they just could have done something more, I think, other than, telling them they need to separate for the day or something. That was just, to me unacceptable, and it wasn't enough, and I'm praying, I'm hoping that that it's something done about it, but it's too late to do anything to save her life. But it's just with hopes that it doesn't happen again. So that's what I'm saying. But that's now he's missing.
It's just really tragic. It's really tragic. I think the parents have a lot to do with it also. His parents. It's unfortunate that her parents were not, like you said, were not involved, which is unfair. This is a child. This is somebody's child. This is somebody's kid. And just how his parents is covering for him or doing whatever for him, her parents weren't even given that opportunity. And so, rightfully so, lawsuits need to come from the left to right, and it won't bring her life back, but it will bring some accountability to those who should have done a better job. That girl could still be living right about now.
She could be. I totally agree. She should be living right about now. And the thing about it is, he should be in custody.
Exactly, because they said that someone had called in because somebody else driving, they seen him slap her. And so when that call came in and the police showed up, why is it that nothing was done to him? Why isn't it automatically, I understand it's easy for people to be offended by us always going to, the black-white thing. But trust me, if it was a black man, it would have been a done deal.
He would have been in handcuffs. He'd have still been in jail.
If a Karen call on a black man and say, and Karen ain't even got to be around, that this man done hit this woman, it's going down when the police show up.
Yep. Absolutely.
So why was that not the same reaction when they showed up to the scene, when a caller called in who didn't even know them, said, "Hey, I seen him strike her."
Right. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand, because like you said, had there been a black man or a black woman, if they would have been called and put in handcuffs immediately right away, and nothing would have happened or taken place, as far as I'm concerned, other than them being in jail. You quick to lock them up, but then you let them go. I'm baffled by that.
And do the same thing. It makes no sense. And the 911 operator, she didn't report everything. I mean, it's just, somebody has to be accountable for their actions. She needs to be accountable.
It's tragic. It's a tragic ending. But my thing is, I'm really upset because they let him get away. They let him leave that house, or his parents helped him escape. And now he wanted to go to some kind of Everglades down in Florida where crocodiles are, or whatever, alligators are all around. He wants to go there and wants to take the easy route out by being ate up by some freaking alligators, which doesn't make sense to me. He should be standing trial at some point, because I know he had something to do with that baby not even being here, with that child not being here anymore. He took part in that. I don't care. He took part in it. I don't care what nobody says. It's too much that's pointing back at him.
Yep.
If he didn't do it, and if he didn't do anything at all, why run? Why leave?
Exactly. And then the parents need to be held accountable too, because it's seeming to me that they're the type of parents that cover for whole life, and now something has happened tragic to somebody else's child, death has happened, and they're still covering. So they need to go to jail too.
Something needs to be happening. If I don't care if it's a compensation, some needs to, because they held him and didn't want him talking to anybody. At least that.
And that's wrong. And that's wrong because they're not thinking about. They're thinking about their child, but This girl was somebody's child too. Very young.
It's supposed to be your girlfriend, fiance.
I think about my own child that's about to be 20 years old.
Right.
If you're calling on people, if people are calling, somebody called out for help for her because obviously she couldn't do it herself, or she wouldn't do it herself, however it went. Somebody is calling, then that has to be taken seriously.
Got to
From
be.
the 911 operator to take the call to the person who show up on scene.
Got to be. Got to be. And that's my whole thing. It's something that's got to happen because the baby called out for him. Somebody called on behalf of the baby. And nothing happened. You let her go. And then you got your lawyer speaking on behalf of you and your son. Why not just say, hey, come on, we can just gonna go to the police station and let them question you down there. At least you knew where he would have been.
Yep, do the right thing. Do the right thing. You might have did wrong, but do the right thing.
Yep, because if you didn't do anything, if you didn't do it, why aren't you down at the?
Why are you hiding? Why are you running? Exactly. Guilt.
As parents, why aren't we saying, or why weren't they saying, okay, let's go? Because you can sit there with your lawyer and your lawyer can say, well, he's not answering that. She's not answering that at any time. That doesn't mean you can't go down there and they ask you questions. They're not saying that you're under arrest. That's just saying that, he's not going to answer. She's not going to answer at that time. But at least go down there. At least go down there. And
right. But here's another thing. How do we not know that the parents wasn't in on it the whole time? How do we not know that the whole trip that he planned, the parents knew what was going to happen? And when I get back, this is XYZ. I say charge them as accomplices.
And I think they probably helped financially at some point because nobody said anything about her having a job or him having a job. And why you said selling to go across the country? And how often did they talk to their parents? Did she talk to them every day? She was recording and uploading stuff. That was her car. That was her van.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
blood in the water. I mean, it's blood in the water. That's all I can say.
It's literally.
It's a lot of it, and it's not a lot that's not adding up.
Figuratively and literally, there's a lot of blood in the water. A lot of blood in the water. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know. It's we'll see. I'm praying that the outcome will be I don't know. Because it ain't no good outcome in this. There's no good outcome in this.
Well, it's already been bad. Somebody lost their life.
Yep. And the only other outcome is that he's found, but I doubt if he's found, if he's walking around down in some swampland in the Everglades with alligators, he ain't gonna be found. They're not gonna find him. They might find some remnants, but they're not gonna. I don't believe they're finding. That's just my take on it. Because he's down there, and them alligators ain't no joke down south. Down in Florida, if it ain't the alligators, it's gonna be some snakes.
So basically, you kill somebody, and now you trying to commit suicide, basically.
Right. You don't want to live. My thing is, what did he tell the parents? What did he say to his parents? Because I'm sure something was said to his parents because he left. Did he leave and the parents knew about it? Did the parents help him leave? I mean, it's a whole lot of questions that we'll never know answers to. Absolutely none whatsoever. They're not, I don't think his parents would be truthful about what was said to him or what he said to them. I don't think.
True, but eventually they ain't gonna have a choice.
They won't, but I don't think they'll ever tell the truth. That's just my take.
Which is where he got it from. So all of them need to be thrown in jail.
Right. I don't think he'll tell the truth. I really don't think he will be honest, and I don't think they'll be honest and tell the truth. Like I said, he probably dead. Them alligators that ate him up. It's a wrap. He gone. Done deal. He's done. They done chewed him up and spitted some of his remains out. It's a wrap. If he went into the Everglades like that, he's done. He ain't coming out. He ain't coming out. I don't believe he is. So other than that, it's just pitiful. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's sad. You just have to be cautious who you around, who you with, who you talk to. The younger generation is so carefree. They're not as cautious. A lot of people they have those personalities. They don't
Right.
give anybody a chance first, and it's like you just have to be so careful.
And then I look at the case here in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio, where that girl was, she had a master's degree already, and she was in college in her third year of law school. What in the world would make you so upset and so mad that you go to somebody's house and knock on their door at 2:30 in the morning in a rage, and they open the door and let you in? Now you dead and gone. What in her right mind was she even in her right mind? What could have made her so angry? You in your third year in law school. What could make you so angry that you going to your friend's house at 2:30 in the morning, banging on the door? She opens the door, you lunge at her, now you dead and gone because she got a gun and she done shot and killed you. Why? Why? You got two kids now that doesn't have their mother because of decisions that were made that probably could have been avoided. I mean, like you said, I don't understand this generation. This is a generation that I don't know if we ever understand them. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should try to. Maybe we shouldn't even try to understand them and just keep it moving. I don't know.
It's just different times. It is really different times.
It is. It's different times, and then it's stressful times too. So that's the unfortunate piece. It's different and it's stressful, but can't let it get to us all the time. We got to keep it moving and keep it going and do what we do. But it is what it is. I don't know. I can't make head or tail of it. But other than that, I'm wishing all families, the best. And
yes, be cautious, be safe. Don't second guess what you feeling or how you feeling. We do that a lot.
A lot.
As humans, we do that a lot. We second guess a lot.
A lot. We do a lot. Like we do a whole lot of that. But I mean, that's part of human nature. That's a part of the natural piece in us. But then yet and still, some of us forget to pray. And some of us forget to say thank you.
Sometimes you just gotta slow down. You gotta slow down and think and say, hold on, wait a minute. I'm upset right now. Let me just try to calm down first. Because you can't, when you're angry, you cannot think clearly. And I'm sure that we all wish we could rewind the tape, especially in that situation with her that's lost her life. I'm sure her kids are, I don't know how old they are.
Right.
Dang, why come mom just didn't calm down?
They were young. 7 and 9 or something like that. They were young. I mean, it ain't that much anger in the world. You do, like you said, you need to slow down. You just got to slow down and think about it. Stop being in a rush about a whole lot of things. I mean, you don't have to be, so just take your time and do the right thing. At least try to do the right thing. I'm not saying we all gonna be doing the right thing, but at least we try to do
your best. You just got to do your best. You just got to do your best.
You got to try to do the right thing. If we don't always do it, you got to try to do it. We know that, we know that for a fact. So, it is what it is. We got to continue to do what we do, but we definitely got to continue to pray for our kids, pray for this era, this generation, pray for the world, and the people around us, that everything and everybody be safe. So that's the number one thing. So other than that, I mean, I just hope and pray that everything works out for both families, the one that got killed by a boyfriend and the one that, got killed by her friend here in Cincinnati. So it's unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate situation. So the next thing is, tell me this. We talking about it, but tell me this. Do you think, we done talked about a lot of stuff before, and I keep going back to scenarios, and I keep going back to scenario after scenario after scenario. Now, if I'm doing something and I got a man got a woman, but particularly in this situation, she got a man. How in the world do you not help your girlfriend out? How in the world? You know what's going on. You know what she's doing. You know what she got going on in her whole entire life. You know if she's overwhelmed with a lot of things. How do you not assist her in any way, shape, form, or fashion that you can? How is it that you just don't do that? How is it that you can just pick up and go to work and don't think of nothing, don't second guess, don't come back, don't do nothing? And when you do, you're just standing around looking. How in the world does that happen? And why do women stay in ships? I'm gonna say ships because I don't know what kind of, I don't know. Stay in ships.
It's a situation shit.
How do they stay in them when you know that the support you're looking for is not there? How do you continue to stay in a situation such as that? How? I need a little help.
Well, we live. It's Wind Down Wednesday, and we are talking about it. So, hey, please, 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 we enjoy you guys' comments. Please give us some comments on this particular subject that we're talking about. How we're staying in relationships or situationships is what I call them, where you're not getting the support you need, however that may look, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally, whatever.
I'm like,
how and why is that? How and why? Help us understand.
I need, and you and me, the whole world need an understanding of that, because I can't, for the life of me, it makes me scratch my head, and wonder why would any woman stay in a ship like that? I mean, what is it that she is looking for or even want? I mean, I don't know. Is it because it's loneliness? Because
so here's the thing. So first of all, so how long has this person, have they been together? And what is the situation?
For a while.
So what's a while? A month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years?
Some years. More than 2 years.
Okay. And is it a financial? Is it emotional? Is it, she's trying to get her brain off the ground, and maybe he don't support it all like that? Like,
it ain't a brand she's trying to. It's just like support, period. It's like, I don't know. It's almost like the flame has gone out of the relationship. It's almost like the expectations that was there are no longer there. So if the flame and the expectations aren't there anymore, how much should be put into the ship? How much should be put into it? Should you continue to put in what you were doing from the beginning, or should you not? I mean,
it's a broad spectrum, because if he stopped doing some things, what is it if she stopped doing? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, I'm not getting, you don't have the full picture, so you don't know. Because I feel like support should be on both ends. Like, is it at a place where he felt like he done so much so he don't want to no more, or you know what I mean? Like, what's causing the change up?
That's a good question, but the thing is, from outside looking in, because you and I know when you're around people, you see things, brothers see things, and all of that, vice versa. We see other things that they don't see in particular. And the thing about it is that when we observe it, and then when they bring it to our attention, it's like, but the question is, what are you going to do? I see it. It's not a branding situation. It's not anything like that. It's just like, where's the support? And how many times do I got to tell you or mention to you,
I got this going on? Yeah.
And what you need from them, and I mean, I don't know. You can tell somebody something over and over again. How many times you gonna keep telling them?
And I'm with you. It's just, I'm a action type of person. So it's not about what you saying, it's about what I'm saying.
It
At
is.
the end of the day. So I mean, you can continue to request whatever, but if you see that your requests are going unheard, it's time to do something different.
I mean, big time to do something different. It's like I see it all the time, and I'm like, well, you complain about it, you talk about it, but yet still you are still fooling with the foolery.
Right, but okay, so you're having a conversation with people, but are you having a conversation with the person who you're in the situation shit with? That's the
Right.
thing. Like, it don't matter about you having a conversation with your girls or you having a conversation with your guys. You have to address the person that you in the relationship with. Do they know that this is the issue, that you feel this way? Do they know that you feel unsupported? Like, hello?
Right. Instead of getting mad, having an attitude, I think they need to do well. I know that they have had many conversations, many, 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 many conversations, but you still put up with it. Is it? But I still keep asking the question, why? Why are you putting up with something, and when they aren't
Everybody's
supporting you?
different. That's all I can say to that one.
You hear? You hear? I mean, and I'm like, it's more. It's just gotta be. It's got to be more to it than the sex. You can't be with somebody because of sex. You can go ahead and have sex with anybody. Not that we or anybody want to.
Well, nowadays, you can hook up yourself. So I'm just saying.
That is the truth. It's no excuse. So it's like, so you can't use that as an excuse. But when you're not being supported and they're not showing you, and they have continued to show you, that they aren't supporting you in the way that you would like for them to support you, then why are you still fooling with them? But when it's a one-on-one situation, you'd rather be in a one-on-one situation than to be in any other situation. You want to keep me bounded in the house. I'm not saying me. You want to keep them in the house. You want to keep them contained, and not out and about or out doing something or growing in different ways. Why would you continue to be in that situation, and when you don't really necessarily have to, but then you fuss about it and you argue about it, and so it's just a lot of stuff that when I see,
it's like a cat chasing its tail.
Exactly.
So when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, guess what? That's when you do something about it.
You should. Don't talk about it, be about it, and do about it. At least at the end of the day, keep it moving, keep it going. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it take you down. Don't let it stop you from living life, because at some point in time, people want to do that to you. They don't want to see you happy because they're not happy.
Right. They don't want you to thrive like they're thriving.
Exactly. And it's a problem. It becomes a problem. Or they don't want the light to shine on you when it's not shining on them. So it's like, but why stay in it though?
That's draining. That's a draining situation right there.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be angry. Every time I turn around, it's like something, and it's like I can only say so much because it ain't my situation. I ain't in it. I don't know what to say other than pray about it. It's gonna get better. You need to figure it out. Because if you're gonna keep
positive, keep moving.
Yeah.
If guys got you going in this direction, keep going in that direction. What'll happen is the person either they stay on ship and they start rolling with you, or they go jump off.
Exactly.
It's either one of the two. So
one of the two. But I'm telling you, got to pray about it. I do know that for a fact. You definitely got to pray about it. You got to let God take control of it, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to get over it. Because other than that, hey, whoo, I'm at a loss.
Can't do it alone.
You can't do it by yourself. I am totally at a loss. When they're not supporting you and you consistently see it, and you're in a ship with them, at some point you got to know.
They're putting them holes in that ship and it's sinking.
Ooh, maybe it might be it could even be a needle. It could be a little pinhole. I don't know, but the water.
Hey,
The water
And you got to get up, you got to get up out of there before you drown.
You better get up. You better know how to swim. If not, somebody better throw you a life jacket. That's all I'm saying. Better throw you a life jacket. Somebody got to save you. Because obviously you can't save yourself because you ain't. I was like, oh my God. But it's just support, as long as they got support, I guess, on another end, friends, friends and family, that'll keep
Exactly.
them grounded. That's probably the
I feel like
saving grace.
a lot of people are some people are advanced in areas that others aren't. And like say for a person that's outgoing and the opposite person that they with is not outgoing, and they always trying to encourage them like, hey, come on, let's get out the house. And they don't want to, and they leave their butt.
Exactly.
And they go and they out and they having fun and they doing, you know what I'm saying? Either they go eventually say, dang, she be looking like she be having some fun. I'm gonna try it out. I'm not really, this ain't really my thing, but I'm gonna come out of my comfort zone.
Exactly.
Because I love this person,
Exactly.
And eventually they'll catch on to it. And maybe it may take some longer than others,
And it might.
I know plenty of people that's like super outgoing and their spouse is total opposite. I know plenty of them.
Me too.
But that balance, The balance.
The balance. You said that's one word. Balance. If we can stay balanced in a lot of things that we do in life, baby.
Balance.
Listen. Listen. I just had a good. I had a thought. I'll tell you when we get off of here.
All right.
I just had a thought, and I'm a have it done too. I just had a thought. But anyway, let me write that down. Let me write that down.
Brainstorm.
Exactly. So my thing too is, the other thing that we're gonna discuss before we get off of here is something that was brought to my attention. Where's the BLM people? Now we might have to talk about this next week too. We might have to discuss this next week too. Where is all of my BLM people?
Where's all the where's all the uproar? Where's the what happened?
You can't let it die down because there isn't anything nationally happening right now.
But things are always happening.
Things are happening locally. I mean, you and I know this. Things are happening locally.
Yeah.
But it never makes it national. Where are my BLMs? Where are all of the I don't know, all of these other
where are the protesters? Where has justice been served for Tiana Taylor? Like, I mean, one of a million.
Where are the protesters? Like you said, you don't have to be in the street protesting. Let's look at Texas with the voting portion. Where are the Black Lives Matter when it comes to them trying to stop voting and people voting and redistricting and realigning and redoing all this?
Yeah.
Where are those BLM? Because those are things that you could be protesting about to make a difference in the Black communities or nationally. It ain't always about. That's a part of the reform.
It is, and that's where it starts. I mean, locally, wherever you live at, because we have global listeners. But locally, it starts locally where you are, and then it branches out. And everybody's quiet. I haven't heard anything. We have to be loud. We have to be loud, not just about injustice, not just about Karens, but we have to be vocal and we have to be loud about a lot of things.
Because my thing is, nobody should have to lose their life in order for the BLMs to protest and march the streets. That should not happen.
Not at all. Not at all.
Nobody should have to be killed by the police before Black Lives Matter decide they want to step in and do something. There's a whole lot of things that they can do. It's a whole lot of things that they can step in and fight right now because it's a part of the reform.
For sure.
It's a part of the reform. So my thing is, why aren't they fighting.
Why aren't we? Well, why don't we hear them as loudly as we heard them before?
Good question. I mean, my thing is, like I said, the unfortunate piece, and as far as I am concerned, my own personal thought process, the police got to kill somebody before they step up and step out. You know, now you talk about branding. Now they want to brand their products. You know, they want to brand their shirts. They
It's
want to
because
brand their shoes. You know, they want to brand a whole lot of things now that they're not fighting for the Black Lives Matter movement. They doing stuff on a different level now.
I just want to tell all our listeners, you know, we have, like I said, it's Wind Down Wednesday, and we're talking about a whole bunch of different things, but let's continue to be as loud as we were when we were hearing about, you know, innocent people losing their lives. Let's be that vocal when it comes to, because, you know, elections is coming up, all that.
Yep, big
You
time.
know, we know what it is, and we got to start from the ground floor. So we got to continuously make that noise. Let's not get distracted by the COVID vaccine and the Delta variant, and you got to get a booster shot. Let's not be distracted by these things, because that's what it is. It's a distraction.
It's a distraction. And they will put anything out there to distract us and keep us from
And that's all the conversation. They sway the conversation to that. That's what the conversation is. They sway the conversation to elections. That's what the conversation is. So
Yep.
let's not allow the conversation to be swayed where we just backwards and forth. We got to keep some issues at the forefront.
I mean, we need to keep all issues at the forefront. My other thing is, you know, you look at, you know, you talk about the facade and the what they're trying to cover up. You know, you look at what they're doing to the Haitians when they're trying to come over to the United States. They're on horses. They're on horses with whips. Why?
What does that sound like? What does that sound like? What does that remind you of?
Once again, the BLMs could be fighting for that. You know, who in the world would allow someone to be on a freaking horse? This ain't the 1850s.
Slavery.
Right. They are on horses with whips.
Ridiculous.
Where are the protesters? Where are the people that should be talking about this, bringing it to the forefront? This is where the voting thing comes in, because when you have, you know, I thought about moving to Texas. Texas was going to be the place that I was going to move to. I went out there and looked at it. I really liked it. Enjoyed the time that I was out there.
I will take that weather, because we're moving as well eventually. Yes, here soon. So yes,
it's a hit or miss. You know, with the weather, it is a hit or miss. You know, yes, they had bad weather last year with the
flooding,
storm, you know, and all of that. They get rain, depends on where you are from time to time. Flooding happens out there too, but here nor there. I can deal with natural disasters because we have them here. We got a lot of snow, you know.
Life can be a natural disaster. I'm just saying, like, you can't prepare for nothing.
Right. Exactly. And you know, and that's my whole thing. It's like, how you prepare, but then, you know, it's still going to happen. But I'm not going to Texas, because if you can avoid some things, that's what you do. So there's some things in life that we have control over. I'm not going to Texas because the governor in Texas is a plum fool. He is crazy. There are things that he's doing out there, like once again, like I said, the redistricting, realigning things, telling people how they can vote and what they can and can't do. But all of a sudden, it's okay for him to do that. It's okay for him to stop African Americans, Blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, all of them, minorities. It's okay for him to stop them from voting, you know, making it so difficult that they can't go vote anymore. It's okay for him to do that. But what happened to the freedom of the speech and freedom of this and freedom of that? I'm not moving to Texas because everybody and their mama out there got a gun, even the 5-year-old kids, because he's allowing folks to do whatever they want to out there. And I know me. You step to me, it might be a problem. Even without he don't care if they got a license. He don't care if you 18, 12, or 5, you can get a gun. I'm not going to Texas. There's some things we can avoid. But where's the Black Lives Matter nationally that won't go out there and stand up and march for the people to bring those other minorities in with them so they can stop this from happening, stop this from taking place?
Right.
Where are they? These are issues I be talking about.
Right. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. There's a lot happening right in your face. Right under your nose.
And ain't nobody got to die. Nobody got to die because, Texas is on the border.
It's horrible.
It's on the border, and these people are dying and getting lassoed.
Lord have mercy.
And ain't nobody over there fussing, crying, and complaining about that. Where you at, BLMs? Where you at? Might get mad at me for saying it, but where you at? I don't care, but where you at? No, I wasn't the one standing out there on the thing, with my fist up in the air and, marching down the road and, causing havoc in all these cities and states. But ain't nobody out there in Texas trying to reform that state for our people. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I mean, ain't nobody got to lose their life for that to happen. Police ain't got to kill nobody for that to happen.
They shouldn't, but hey, here we are. Our ancestors is rolling over a gazillion times because they would have never thought. We get the freedoms to be able to vote, and then somehow you think it's okay to change that? Like, how, Sway?
Please, how, Sway? You lose it. Everything is lost, and I just don't understand it. How much more? That's why I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'm thankful, Lord, that you allow me to get to this point.
Listen.
I am thankful. Every morning I wake up, I'm just thankful. When I lay down, I'm thankful.
I hear you. You gotta just be grateful for the breath. You hear what I'm trying to tell you? Just for the breaths of the day.
You hear me?
Because they're gonna start charging for that in a minute. I'm just like, listen.
And
thank you for the breath.
For breathing.
Thank you for the breath, Lord, of the day. Just thank you.
That's it. I mean, from this to this, in between there, at some point in time, you got to say thank you.
Yes, Lord.
Can't keep going the way it's going without doing it and without saying it.
It's Talk Radio. Y'all already know how we get down.
Know how we get down. You know what
it's Wind Down Wednesday, and we talking about it. And it's quiet on the set. You hear what I'm trying to tell you? We ain't had nobody chime in.
Nothing.
We ain't had nobody had questions. Y'all is quiet today. Y'all taking a nap today. Hey, y'all taking a nap on this rainy day here in Cincinnati.
This rainy day. I was about to say that, sis. They could be sleeping.
Hey, I'm not mad. You just seen me yawn. I'm not far behind you.
I ain't mad at them either. By any means, I'm not mad at them. And I'm up here like, my hairstylist is back in business. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Hey, welcome back.
I'm like, yes, thank you, Anita, for coming back. I was like, because, I'm growing a little afro here. I'm trying to let it grow a little bit so I can see what I want to do with it. But
something,
Yeah, a little something with this salt pepper hair.
A little show sweet.
Little something. I'm trying to see if I can stick it out. What am I gonna do? I'm like, I got this little afro thing going on up in here. I'm like, ooh, it's driving me insane.
It's cute. You rocking it. You rocking it.
Thank you, because me and this hair girl. It's like, oh, it's too short. It's too long. I need to do something. Oh, no.
Cut it. Take it.
So I'm like, let me just try to let it grow a little bit.
Let it go. Let it grow. It is kind of fallish, y'all. You need a little
exactly. I might It's getting cold. I might need a little hair on my head.
You know, we bald head scallywag by choice. You know what I'm
By
saying?
choice.
By choice. Because trust me, it can grow.
It
It
can
does
grow.
grow. And it has grown.
Tell them we all natural up in this mug. We can let it grow by playing. But I'm like, let me see. I don't know. I know I can look. I got I can pull it. Anytime I can pull it, that's just too much hair for me. But you know, we'll see. I don't need no weave, no wigs and all that. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. I've been blessed and highly favored. But not knocking nobody that does it either. You know,
do you confidently. You hear me?
To each his own. Please do you confidentially. Please. I hope you do. I hope you do. Yeah.
What's going down Wednesday? Y'all know how we do it. We at the point of the show. Where we speak positive popes. Look, I can't even talk. Positive quotes. Lord is rain. Positive quotes. Positive quotes.
Positive quotes.
My positive quote, I always keep it simple, you know, positive in, positive out. So a positive mindset, a positive thinking, a positive way, a positive day. So, you know, as best as you can, as gloomy as it may be, as bad as the circumstance may be, always know there's somebody out there that has it worse than you. So just try to take the positive out of the situation. So be positive, think positive, live positive.
Yes. Positive in, positive out.
For sure.
That's what we're saying. And that's what we're going to leave you with, good people. On that note, y'all know what I say. It's always better to give than it is to receive. We'll see you next week. Later, folks.